Dr. Lim here. When it came to 1997, the accent need to make a choice to focus on Thailand or Indonesia as the next market to develop. There are pros and cons for both countries. Thailand is the land neighbor of Malaysia and only 45 minutes drive from the accent farm and factories. But they mainly speak Thai and hardly speak English. In southern Thailand, some can speak Malay, but they are minority. Language is the biggest barrier for us to develop this market. Also, the unhappiness in the encounter with the local expat was not present at all. Indonesia is also the neighbor of Malaysia, but there is no land access. We have to cross the sea to reach there. The main advantage is they use the same language as in Malaysia. The Indonesian language and Malay are very close to each other, and normally we can understand each other. Our life are full of making choices. We have to make one choice after the other. No? There is no free gift dropping from the sky. So we have to make a decision to focus in Indonesia or focus on Thailand. At the end of the day, I decided to go to Indonesia. We started to prepare for the market around April of 1997. It took us many months to apply for license, to operate the import permit, and etc. Finally, we identified a small shop lot in Jakarta and opened our branch in Indonesia. Our first sales happened around the end of July 1997, and we brought forward to August. So technically, it is August 1997 we started the market there. When stepped into September 1997, suddenly we are facing the greatest crisis that we ever faced, the meltdown of Asia finance. When we went to Indonesia, the exchange rate was 2,500 rupiah to 1 USD. However, when stepped into September, the exchange rate started to melt down. When we TT the money to Indonesia in September 1997, the exchange rate was 3,400 to 1 USD, but the bank refused to give us that rate and only honored 2,500. The exchange lost a lot of money in the transfer of money into Indonesia for setting up the market. The sales of the exchange were actually picking up well, and we started to stock up the buffer stock for the expansion of the market, which actually saved the exchange in the coming drastic meltdown of the currency. That time the market was full of anxiety and fear. Someone told me if the rupiah depreciated to 5,000 to 1 USD, they so face a lot of problem. Then the rupiah depreciated to 5,000. Then they say if it depreciated to 8,000, they so die, And it depreciated to 8,000. Then they say they will have to jump down from the top floor of the high-rise building to kill themselves if it touches 10,000. My goodness, the rupiah touches 15,000. We started to hear people committing suicide due to financial stress and business failure. At that time, the currency in Southeast Asia were hacked by the big financial shock and plummeted in a free fall style. And the hardest hit was suffered by Indonesia. The currency was almost depreciated on a daily basis. We are full of shock and worry, Many American companies raise the price almost on a weekly basis. But no matter how you raise the price, it cannot catch up with the free plunk of the rupiah. When entering 1998, things turned from bad to worse. Many American companies will collapse or paralyzed by the currency meltdown. It is no longer possible for the exchange to carry on the business as usual, as the currency has melted down from 1 USD to 2,500 to 15,000, depreciated 6 times in value. Even if you increase the price 100%, the market would collapse, not to say 600% increment, which was suicidal if we try to increase the price to the extent. I decided to call a mass meeting with all the members to discuss the situation. At the time, Budiman Sabin, not yet full-time as a member, but helped me to manage the market. He gathered about 600 people in a hotel. Budiman, one key stay staff and me sitting on the stage and facing about 600 members in the hall. The meeting was very eerie, with so many people in the hall. There was a perfect silence. Until today, I could not forget that eerie sensation. So many people gathered together, and absolutely no sound at all. I could sense the fear and stress in the member. They knew I had to make an important announcement. Either increase the price drastically or throw the towel and go back to Malaysia. Either of this was bad. Suddenly, I found my mind was blank. And for the first time in my life, I did not know how to make a speech to the audience. If I increase the price drastically, the market would collapse. If I do not increase the price, the company would collapse. Increase the price, you die. Do not increase the price, also die. I sat on the stage and staring at the members now. I could still vividly recall their faces. Oh, look, pale and full of worry. Before that, we meet in the office and decided to increase the price 100%. That was a painful decision, making me very reluctant, as it still could not save the situation. Time ticked by and Budiman softly remind me, boss, increase the price, increase the price. I have no power at all to fight the meltdown of the currency. I look at the pale faces of the member and suddenly an overwhelming sadness crept through me. Maybe if we should die, then let us die together. I asked Budiman how much buffer stock in the warehouse now. Budiman told me we have about 4 months of buffer stock. If we do not double the price now, we will not even survive that long. I was sitting on the stage and frozen like a stone. Do not know what to say. One thing was clear. There was no point to increase the price. No matter how you raise the price under such a rapid financial meltdown, so died. Finally, I picked up the courage and talked to the member. Over the last year, we were facing this difficult financial storm. We fight the war against the financial meltdown briefly. Okay, the company have not done anything wrong. You have not done anything wrong. We were one family. To live, let us live together. To die, let us die together. Then I made a decision to rock them into a frenzied state and change the course of history of the exam. I told the crowd for the next 4 months, we would not increase the price. Let the currency go up and down. We stay put. Suddenly the crowd exploded, and they burst into cheers and jumped out from the chair. Then someone started to sing a song called Bujangan, about the lonely bachelor who has no money but his heart is happy. The song vibrated through the hall. Walau tiada wang tapi hati senang. This is the sentence that you should learn Malay, mean that even no money, my heart is happy. They started to dance with the rhythm of the song. The meeting was over. No matter what Budiman and me tried to talk to them, our speech was superseded by the song and everybody was dancing. I remember this song to this day, Every time when I hear this old song, my heart always turns emotional. Okay, the news that DXN would not increase the price and stay put for the next 4 months spread like wildfire, and ripple through the market. The time many MIM company has stopped operation, all the members flocked to DXN. DXN became like a refugee camp. People queue out to join members. The line was so long, it extended to the outside road. At first, 10,000 members joined DXN in a month, then 20,000, and finally 50,000 members join DXN in a month. DXN survived. We may loss in the product's price, but the membership fee kept the company going. This is the power of Eka Naga, the one dragon or the one process company, from raw material processing until marketing, it is under one roof. This is to a great extent dampen the damage of the currency meltdown. As the wages and expenses were paid in local currency, DXN was not affected much by the up and down of the USD. The sales in DXN Indonesia rocketed through the roof. We reached a few million USD per month. Over 20 years ago, that was top sales in Indonesia. The production reaches economy of scale, and we no longer lost money in the products and started to make money. The gathering in Indonesia was growing in number. At the peak, it reached 15,000 people in Senayan Stadium, the largest stadium in Indonesia. Indonesia still holds this record to this day, in DXN. During the gathering, members from India and Philippines were joined in the anniversary. They were greatly impressed, and after going home, the sales in India and Philippines started to pick up strongly. Indonesia became our first major market, and that time members started to chant DXN number one, as we were number one in Indonesia. There were many interesting stories of how members changed their life completely to the better life through DXN in Indonesia. From Indonesia, our market expanded to Philippines, from Philippines to America, from America to Latin America. From Malaysia, our market expanded to India, from India to the Middle East, from Middle East to Europe and Africa. DXN not only survived through the economic crisis, and every crisis actually made DXN stronger and bigger. We control the supply chain and the distribution chain, and this minimizes the impact of the currency fluctuation. So many countries like Philippines, India, Mexico, and stuff, over the year, the currency sprung a lot. But due to the experience in DXN Indonesia, DXN survived. As we have put it many times, surviving is winning in MLM. In MLM, if you survive, you always win. There were many interesting stories in Indonesia. We shall cover it in the next video. See you then. Bye-bye.